Welcome to Boldly Gold and celebrate success in Cataclysm stories. Thank you for joining us among the stars. I am Renne Emiko Brock, and you might know me as Zinnia Zauber as well. I'm an artist, instructor, and superhero. I'm a professor of multimedia communications at Peninsula College in Port Angeles, Washington, in the United States. And here's a link to my department. You can also visit my personal website at uniqueasyou.com, and you will find the slideshow at SlideShare. The box next to me has all these links and everything for you, so you're all set up to go. You can pay attention, you can relax, and know that you can access it later. Okay, so why are we here? All about building confidence in our students, and that there's lots of myths out there that help us think about how we can get through this. So confidence comes from educational attempts that fail with room to reflect, regroup, and to be triumphant. The constellations don't move us. The stories behind the stars do. Teach mythology and methodology of heroes and creatures to embrace worthy motives and mistakes, worlds and character, and foster spheres of influence, and rejoice in honest reflective writings. Excellent. A little bit of information and terminology. So digital storytelling can be multimedia presentations, videos, immersive experiences like virtual worlds, virtual reality, and augmented reality that are viewable personal narratives to be collaborative community interaction opportunities where people participate. Extended reality, XR, is a broad term used to describe immersive and engaging technologies that we weave inclusive virtual worlds in 3D and 360-degree experiences in the physical world together. Now, I mention this because lots of people ask what virtual worlds are, and we can classify them as XR. Now, a lot of my work deals with a project that I've been doing with my students, and I've been sharing it for a number of years with you guys. So, Digital Storytelling Superheroes Journey is a new student orientation with guided pathways as an interactive project that is a persistent virtual learning environment to engage and inform and inspire new students and advance institutional understanding at Peninsula College. Here's one of my students, Clara. Developed and designed by me, multimedia students explore learning outcomes, expound, assemble, and institute project components. They help build the story. The continual goal of the project is to build an innovative marketing space and introduce the college through an adventure filled with information, helpful resources, encouragement, and inclusive experiences. After the hero's journey, Peninsula College students can explore our guided pathways area of study. Each pathway also splits off to smaller trails of the college departments. How many of you guys are using guided pathways? My department is in two pathways, the Arts and Communications and Information Technology. So you can see there's several different places here. We're building virtual scenes with engagement all about the college degrees and short-term certificates. The guided pathways are a helm to steer your own life and decide your own destiny. No, guided pathways is actually a different concept, and Beth, that would be a whole nother talk. So let's think about that. And we also have a motto in our class, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And at Peninsula College, we are pirates, or in our program, we are neo-steampunk pirates. So we need our lemonade, or our lemons, in case we get scurvy. Okay, some terms. Constellation is a celestial set of stars with stories. They appear to connect the dots and reveal mythical heroes and animals. And I have a picture of us enjoying some cosmic crisp apples. We're so excited about them. Cataclysm does not have to be a disaster. The root word means to wash or to clean. And this is a fun recreation, reenactment of when we were in class and I was telling everyone that it's time to log into Second Life, and then Dusty yelled at me, "We're all in, you log in." That just demonstrates their enthusiasm in my class, and I sure appreciate that. Okay, Octet. So these demonstrates their ways of assisting your students with coordinates and your place in the world. You can see that I have two different forms. I have a three-dimensional one, and it relates to geometry, and then I also have one that relates to navigation by the stars. And quite often I like to take different words and different meanings and develop a system or an icon based on that. And here we go. So we're going to provide a guidance system for our students. So our lofty goals is to teach transformation, fables, and digital storytelling, and to turn frustration into creative opportunity. Assemble a virtual myth-making space to build confidence, celebrate challenges, and to learn to shine. And we teach from stars, not just reach for them. Now you guys can do this too. So I love building learning systems that I can stack on top of each other. And if you've seen other talks with me, you've seen many systems. My systems foster inquiry, bolster connections, and uncomplicate complex concepts to expand understanding and active participation. So here we go. We got red. This is action. This is to apply an effect. It is the x-axis, going side to side in the dimensional space, initiating and always moving forward. Red is doing. Yellow is react, to express and to inspire. It represents time instead of space, memories, presence, and future thought. Yellow is exchanging. Green is the solution, to inquire and to observe. It is the y-axis, zooming in and out, pulling back, changing perspective and looking around. Green is feeling. Blue is progression, to analyze and improve. It is the z-axis, going up and down, providing depth. Onward and upward. Blue is thinking. All stories have an introduction, a conflict, and a resolution. Stories have cycles and rhythm. They orbit themes, making seasons for change and preparation. The superhero's journey steps are elevated levels of learning, advancement, and personal transformation. The unrolling of the star reveals a timeline of ups and downs that are like waves on the shore for project creation. Assuring the creation of different and progressive versions of a project allow for improvement and remove the frustration about producing perfection the first time. I need a sip of coffee. Hold on. One of my favorite quotes. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships off fire Charlotte Orion. So, Yes, Blade Runner is my favorite. Uh, um, so Orion is a great hunter in constellations, and after his death, Zeus placed him in the night sky. The stars forming Orion's shoulders are Beatrix and Betelgeuse, which is somewhere in the vicinity of Ford Prefix home planet. Create your own myths. So this past Halloween, I disguised myself as my inner self. I am the misunderstood beast, Eros, helping you find your real love. A hit from my arrow reveals your true calling and ignites the passion you pursue to pursue it. Sometimes you may mistake me as Cupid. So the first day of school starts with crayons and branding fortune tellers. Start in a playful, safe space to give students the freedom to explore expression. Exploring creative curiosity and coloring reveals childlike inquiry and removes fear of failure. The fawn's constellation. Our young deer passing the hunter quietly. So I'm going to go through a series of stories of the constellations and relate them to my students' work. Armedius, the goddess of hunt, protected the fawns and nature because she understood sustainability. Orion was Armedius' hunting companion, and she accidentally killed him when he threatened to kill every living beast on Earth. The fawns and deer symbolize gentleness, determination, instinctual response, vigilance, innocence, and strength. We have animals as characters in our superhero's journey. They're there to guide us. And in the superhero's journey, they're in step 0, onboarding introduction to virtual learning experience. So I'm encouraging you, have your students make mission badges. And you're setting a course of adventure requires a mission to position and define our heroes. Instruction and navigation helps when you know where you're going. We put them on our ship as a reminder to stay the course. Every class I teach, the students are required to have a WordPress blog or website that becomes their portfolio. Every week, they have reflective essays and assignments to share. Aw, thank you, Blue. So this is a public place for students to define their brand and educational quest. And that was Dusty's website I was showing you. Next animal. The rabbit is always under distress and chase. But Lepus can outrun Orion's hunting dogs. Originally a bird, the goddess of spring, Ostra, changed her into a rabbit and once a year allows her to lay eggs in the spring. This origin story is the origin story of the Easter Bunny. The rabbit symbolizes abundance, creativity, and speed. Be quick on your feet and get closer to your goals. Step 1 is the ordinary world before the adventure begins. So I have my students read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Douglas Adams, one of my favorite authors. You can see this picture with me. Yes, the answer. And it teaches the students to be imaginative, adaptive to change, and most importantly, don't panic. Event distractions. Take short, fun breaks. Do fast sketches, play games, or dance. Resets the brain in the classroom and in world. I curate music video playlists, we call them the morning jam, that relate to the lesson. I let students start suggesting games and songs to derail and energize their classmates. The crane, aha. So the crane was fishing friends with a hummingbird who challenged him to a 4-day race for all the fish in the world. The hummingbird had speed but was distracted by the sweet nectar of flowers and took a lot of naps. The crane flew slow and straight and steady to be the first to cross the finish line. The crane symbolizes unity, guidance, peace, intuitiveness, gracefulness, self-awareness, and confidence. Yes, Bethany, the tortoise and the hare. So when students ask about repetitive methods, you just simply say, wax on, wax off. The call to adventure. So Jeffrey here's mission badge is a castle with rockets to lead and launch your imagination to the stars. I gave him the challenge to create his structures in sand, to embrace impermanence in the sandcastles, the road, and the wind and waves. He built different castle pieces again and again to reveal his mastery. Explain the process. It's a process, not perfection. Practicing is playing, masqueraded as work. Cancer. Giant crab was given immortality by Poseidon and the post to protect the sea nymphs. When under attack, they asked the squid to help return the frightened nymphs who got away. Instead, the squid ate them and lied about it. The two fought, and the crab was terribly injured, but could not die. Poseidon took pity, turned them into stars, and put Cancer into the sky. The crab symbolizes strong emotions, self-protection, innate wisdom, confidence, and vulnerability. Step 3 is the usual call. Teach students the power of save as. Why build one when you can build two? Another good quote from Carl Sagan. And Contact. This is a quote from my student, Monica. Learn to save different versions. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Laugh at what frightens you and tell them to kiss your ass. It's not that big of a deal. Foster spheres of influence by giving them a shared space and giving them ownership of a collaborative community location. As a class, they decide what the theme is. We go shopping, build together, and decorate it. They bond and build relationships. Their considerate choices may influence the next class who encounters their gallery. One group agreed that their theme and that you can't have rainbows without the rain. The raven is a clever trickster. When Earth was in darkness, he discovered an old rich magician that had boxes of light with the sun, the moon, and the stars. The raven transformed into a hemlock needle, and the old man's daughter drank the water containing this needle. Inside her, the raven became a baby, and once born, the doting grandfather eased the baby's cries, letting him play with the light from the boxes. The raven tricked him, stole the sun, the moon, and the stars, and flung them into the sky for all to escape darkness. The raven symbolizes intelligence, transformation, curiosity, and secrets. The ravens are teachers that can represent masters of time. Their call, ka, ka, means tomorrow in Latin. Meaning of the mentor. Shed light and give them space to shine. If they want to do more work, let them. So students who reveal their drive to make and foster a community, I offer them a side quest, like a store space to create and sell virtual goods. Dusty's designs are thriving, and she is making custom wares for her classmates because she wants them to make them feel like themselves in Second Life. Go draw it. Did you lose your connection? This happens to us all the time. When the internet goes down, we whiteboard it. Make a safe space to mess up. Encourage erasing and improving. The Little Dipper contains Paralis, the little bear's tail. This is very useful for navigation. The star is known as the North Star or Pole Star because it appears to be aligned with the Earth's axis or celestial pole. In the northern hemisphere, as the Earth rotates, Paralis remains stationary as all the stars appear to circle around it. One's true north is revealed by this steady star. Oh, I think I missed a bit. So the bear symbolizes bravery, strength, protection, and prosperity, and introspection and dedication. Step 5 is crossing the first threshold into the extraordinary world. Difficulties to find who we are and demonstrate what is important to us. So Renne used her magic in Second Life and various mediums to explore nature's beauty in life and death. She stayed true to herself, creating art that was meaningful to her, and in turn has found that it has meant a lot to others as well. Stepping out means stepping up. We have virtual and physical field trips to celebrate what we love, to learn from others, and figure out how things are made. We often go to the Museum of Popular Culture in Seattle, Washington. And for some students, this is the first time they have ever been off the Olympic Peninsula. Yes, that glove in the picture is from the Six-Fingered Man. And we visited a Minecraft exhibit. Aesop's fables of the wolf in sheep's clothing tells the story of a wolf who was successful at slaying a lamb in a flock while wearing a discarded sheepskin. But the following night, the disguised wolf was slaughtered by the shepherd, who was hungry for some fresh mutton stew. The moral is the evildoer often comes to harm through their own descent. The wolf symbolizes guardianship, ritual, loyalty, social bonds, and spirit. Step 6, discovery of superpowers and challenges, including tests, allies, and enemies, or what we might call frenemies, right? Friendly competition happens each week when students are assigned a visual vocabulary theme and a set of 4 words. They have to illustrate, create a texture for, or develop a 3-second animation in different courses. They cannot use written words, so they have to learn how to communicate in a pictorial way. These images come from the challenge of motivation, autonomy, mastery, money, and purpose. And you can see how the students have defined that and illustrated it in different ways. There is no spoon. Students get frustrated about internal barriers that they believe are preventing them from understanding and learning outcomes or possible points earned. We remind them that there is no spoon. Sometimes we chant that a bit. If they get frustrated, we're like, there's no spoon. No, there's no spoon. And then we throw in every once in a while, what's the first rule of Fight Club? I know you know that. Okay, the fox. That's right. Thank you, Bethany. There is no Fight Club. The fox stole fire. Yeah, there you go. The fox stole fire and gave it to cold humans. The clever fox had been trying to fly with geese when he fell into a walled village of fireflies. Welcome as a guest. There was a celebration with a big fire. The fox tied a piece of bark to his tail, and after drumming, he thrust his tail into the fire, lighting the bark. He leapt, escaping, and gave the fire to the birds, who scattered sparks for the humans to gather. The fox symbolizes cunning, clarity, wisdom, a better perspective. They're a trickster and a guide. Step 7 is adaptation, perspective, and approach. So my students pick, for the superhero's journey, they pick a step and they choose keys to success to define and refine their projects. Yes, we like those tricksters. Tanaka chose persistence, resilience, and adaptation keys. She created loot for our heroes so they could avoid rain and be able to cross the river to receive their toolkit to prepare them for any setbacks on the journey. Pre-visualize. Practice the steps of a project production like previs boards or style sheets as a visual cohesive communication tool. I need to practice a little more. Uphold these standards from the playground to galleries to presentations. The lynx and similar species like the bobcat are known for their large luminous eyes and keen eyesight. I can't say this word, So lynx in Latin means lamp. The lynx appears to be able to see beyond what is in front of them. They appear in myths as foreseers of the future and bringers of good fortune. Be like the bobcat. Practice patience, and planning ahead. The lynx and the bobcat symbolize keen awareness, patience, insight, strategic intelligence, and self-sufficiency. There's step 8. The ordeal reveals resources and inner strengths. So it's less about good luck and more about growing personal connections to generate good fortune. Mel's mood board for my social media marketing course related directly with her achievement award for my 3D design course. She propagates 4-leaf clovers at home in the physical world and wanted her classmates to earn them on their superhero's journey. Structure limits. I've created each student a branding color palette based on their goals and the colors that they say inspire them. For the students, the palettes are not meant to limit their options. It's meant to limit their overanalyzation. And these are pictures from our classroom for the social media marketing class. Public forums and discussion boards give students a chance to explain and defend their work and give feedback in a productive way. The elk and the Big Dipper is in the cosmic hunt stories fills the skies with honored animals that are transformed into constellations. So we focus on a lot of the stories of the animals, not so much the hunters that killed them. The Stars Connections is a demonstration of gratitude for their sacrifice to feed and clothe people. The Big Dipper can be seen as a bear, yet we see it as an elk because they live in our area and down in the field next to me. Yes, excellent, Lou. Make and beat your own drum. Oh, sorry, I skipped a little bit here. Let me go back. The elk symbolizes fortitude, patience, pride, dignity, agility, and strength. Step 9 is the unforeseen reward. Okay. Here we go. Make and beat your own drum. and she was determined to bring a drum that she had physically made into second life. It took many attempts to photograph the drum, enhance it in Photoshop, texture the prims inside and out, and make an animation for it. She did it, and we played the drum for the final. It was so cool. We're very proud of her. Con! This is what we yell out in class when we have a technical issue. It makes everyone laugh and elevates the stress about it. I don't think I used enough A's in there. So let's hear it from you guys. Can you guys yell out con?
Con!
Awesome. Doesn't it feel good? When anything goes wrong with technology, yell it out. Give it a good con, okay? Awesome. Okay, the eagle rescues the heroes. So Tolkien coined the term I can't say that, catastrophe. Blah. And it is Greek for good. So what it is a swift and unexpected turn of events that saves the protagonist in the story from a horrible end, bringing joy to the audience. Like the great eagle saving Frodo and Samwise from the volcanic Mount Doom after they destroyed the One Ring. Be the eagle. Be the unexpected good. So eagles symbolize courage, patience, vision, a higher perspective, and leadership. They are step 10, the road back, and metamorphosis. In a world of imagination. Through difficult times, Hunter still encouraged his classmates to reach for their dreams and create projects to inspire others to be true to themselves and their own vision. He demonstrated that art and imagination saves lives. And these are pictures from our setup in our guided pathways about our arts program. And you can see he's got his own illustrations in there. And he wrote a book for folks. Embrace reflection. Teaching on campus and online students together is magical. Our final presentation includes students sharing their work and telling their stories in Second Life. Some online classmates travel a bit to come to class and join the celebration with their classmates. Hey, where did Brenna learn to make her avatar outfit match her own? So this is a picture of Hunter, Brenna, and myself in world and out. The orca, or killer whale, legend is why they are black with white markings. The black orca fell in love with the white osprey. The orca would jump out of the water and the osprey would fly close to the water to kindle their love. As a sign of what that love conquers all, they had children together, which were born black like the whale with white osprey markings. The orca symbolizes grace under pressure, longevity, family, harmony, treks, community, and sanctuary. That's step 11, the resurrected hero, evaluation and reflection. Form diamonds with extreme pressure. Clarissa struggled understanding why people didn't have discipline to do their work or support a team project. She endeavored to focus her energies on making a book, The Art of Order, to encourage people instead of putting her time in trying to fix them. She hoped that her monthly planner was a subtle hint as well. So you can see on the desk here, we have a picture of her book and her monthly planner that she put out for the students, filled with quotes on how to be productive and to have a life of order. I think it helped. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Aesop's fable of the lion and the mouse tells when a lion casually caught a mouse. The mouse begged to spare him and would surely repay the favor one day. Amused, the lion freed him. Later, the lion was caught in the net by a hunter, and the mouse came to the rescue by gnawing the ropes to free the lion. A kindness is never wasted. The mountain lion symbolizes intention, charisma, grace, physical strength, a guardian, and powerful influencer without the need of attention. This is our final step, step 12, becoming the mentor and returning with the educational elixir. I mean, if we only had a wheelbarrow, that would be something. I have my students read The Princess Bride also. Sometimes we just can't get things to work in a virtual world, baking textures or removing attachments. Students learn to work together to try to work around difficulties. Like this photo shoot for an invitation using the torch to their advantage. So you can see that one of the students, Jeffrey, was struggling with many attachments and that his face wasn't resting properly. So we made him hold the torch in front of his face so he could take the picture. And the students are in their little meeting place here next to the cliffs of insanity. Teamwork, it always works. Laugh a lot. Yeah, but these go to 11. Educators are rock stars, and our students are superstars. If you do not have a struggle, you do not have a story. Failure is an option. It is an opportunity to learn and to laugh. Celebrate success and Cataclysm. Okay, here's our list. So we want to create our own myths. Make mission badges. Invent distractions. Explain the process. Teach the power of save as. Go draw it. Stepping out means stepping up. There is no spoon. Pre-visualization. Structure limits. Con! Embrace reflection. Form diamonds with extreme pleasure. And laugh a lot. Provide your students with a guidance system for navigation. Then let them create the means to steer their own dreams. So here we've got them again. Action, reaction, solution, and progression. And the students go through multiple versions of things. And in our walk through the hero's journey, we went through it 3 times. Go boldly. Oh, and I have 10 minutes. Excellent. Thank you. So I want to say thank you, and let me put this up here for a sec. Here's a shameless plug for my book. that has a lot of different lessons and ideas that you have seen me present in the past. Thank you so much, Mara. Um, this is the Action Pack Superheroes, your guide to revealing and utilizing your superpowers. Yay! Thank you. I'll go back to this picture. Um, I also wanted to share with you guys that, so many of the different things that we do in virtual worlds is a way for us to have adventures and tell stories and make connections. And this picture is a great example of that, where I work with the nonprofit Best, and it's been an excellent adventure with them. And they had an opportunity to have an exhibit at the Tacoma Art Museum and invited me to join them. And I was able to show the illustrations of my book in superhero cape form with them. So I'm encouraging you guys, foster those connections inside and out.